We've got numerous Arch Manning updates, and as I've said before, the sky is the limit for this kid. In this video, I'm gonna argue why. Of course, we'll also go over the latest on his recruiting trail, including the favorites to earn his commitment, as well as the dark horse candidates. Oh yeah, Arch has a little brother coming up in high school as well. So Arch is now listed at 6'3". I'm not sure how much of that height is in the forehead region, but he is up to 200 pounds now. As you can imagine, with the name and the production he's put up, there's an immense amount of pressure. But so far he's handling the pressure like a pro. Actually, I feel like I can go a step further than that. He's handling the pressure like Eli. Calm, cool, and collected Eli Manning. Like Arch, Eli had the pressure of performing up to the family standards. Throughout Eli's life, that pressure was always there. Not only was his dad Archie Manning, but he was also a few years behind Peyton as well. Eli was once the next Manning, receiving 20 plus recruiting letters a week. And not only was Eli a #1 pick, which obviously comes with its own distinguished pressure, but he was a #1 pick coming after his older brother's #1 selection, which quickly proved to be a massive success. Oh yeah, there's also the pressure of scoring the game winner against an 18-0 team in the final minutes of a Super Bowl. So yes, out of all his qualities, it seems Arch displaying Uncle Eli's chill might just be the one that makes the biggest difference in his football career. Let's not act like every kid with an illustrious football legacy is guaranteed to succeed. Once upon a time, there was a Dylan Favre and Nick Montana hype train. Yes, you can put together those names with their Hall of Fame counterparts. We were already so hyped for Arch after his freshman year, and now after a sophomore year where he increased his completion percentage from 65 to 72%, and his yards per attempt to 10.7, while going undefeated in the regular season. Well, it's safe to say year one was no fluke. Oh yeah, he also averaged 1 rushing touchdown per game, so take that, Eli and Peyton. But maybe more importantly than gaudy high school stats that almost every Power 5 player has, Arch has incredibly fast processing speeds that will surely help him adjust to the next level. He seems obsessed with film and how he can improve himself. His coach called it a never-ending quest for learning. That's the type of stuff you want to hear, maybe even more than a rising completion percentage. Arch has even said himself that he tries to mirror the best of his family's qualities. He attacks the film room like Peyton, never gets fazed in the big moments like Eli, he scrambles like Archie, and has Cooper's athleticism. If you watch his mechanics, it almost seems like we're seeing a younger Eli or Peyton. On top of that, he'll have another year of starting experience than both his uncles got in high school. To add more lofty comparisons, ESPN recently said Arch reminds them of Trevor Lawrence at this stage in his football journey. And it's no wonder why, because Arch has tried to take things from Lawrence's game and put them to use in his high school games. When you're getting compared to this many #1 picks, whether you're related to them or not, there's gonna be a recruiting frenzy, because everyone wants a piece at the next Manning. The Manning who has seemingly been able to merge his family's best characteristics into the most hyped recruit of all time. If you ever wondered what would have happened if LeBron went to college, then we're pretty much seeing it in Arch Manning. Like LeBron, Arch's high school games have already hit cable TV. Yes, even as a sophomore, he was featured on ESPN. That's the type of hype we have never seen in a football prospect before. The hope is that wherever Arch lands, it's that he commits early, because there's kind of a chance his name can recruit like LeBron as well. Arch may very well be able to contribute to the formation of a college super team. Who wouldn't want to play with a Manning? Arch is taking a big recruiting trip this summer with his younger brother Heid, who is graduating in 2024. Heid plays center and is listed at 6'8", 273 pounds on max preps. Now, your jaw probably just dropped, and mine did too when I saw that, because that seems impossible, right? Because I went and found this picture, which I think is from last year, and Heid isn't even that close to Arch in height, so maybe the forehead needs to grow another several inches before we start talking maybe the tallest center ever. Either way, Isidore Newman will once again have multiple Mannings on the same field. And I'd like to imagine just how many snaps the Heid-Arch-Cooper connection has gone through in their backyard. Anyway, according to 24/7 Sports, Arch and Heid will visit Clemson, Texas, SMU, Alabama, and Georgia. On top of that, Arch is also interested in visiting Stanford, USC, Notre Dame, Ohio State, North Carolina, and Virginia, where his sister will attend. He's already visited LSU with the local connection and Ole Miss, where Archie and Eli went to school. Speaking of that family connection, Peyton's Tennessee remains involved, and Duke with head coach David Cutcliffe, who coached both Peyton and Eli in college, certainly has a unique connection. Arch has said family ties won't be part of the decision, but I think it would be tough to not be somewhat affected by places where your family loved and had success. ESPN has named 4 schools as being the most heavily mentioned: Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Texas. Now, you may think Texas wouldn't have the same pull as those other 3, but there's actually some good reasons to believe they deserve to be one of the leaders for Arch's commitment. First off, Texas is entering a new era. I know you've already heard that one before with Texas, but Steve Sarkisian should be a strong recruiter, and he's already pulled in 5-star running back Ruben Owens, who looks like he has a good relationship with Arch. I've seen multiple reports saying Arch really liked Sarkisian as well. He's also built up relationships with the coaching staffs at LSU and Alabama. And watch out for those Ole Miss fans, because they seem to think Arch is their rightful heir and get quite jealous when they hear him flirting with other schools. I mean, there's already fan blogs about how Arch and Lane Kiffin will save the state of Mississippi. Arch could certainly end up there, but by no means are they a clear number 1. My point is, things still appear wide open. It is hard to imagine Arch leaving the South, but the fact that he's considering schools out west shows how open-minded he wants to be.